Season 2, but nowhere near as good as Season 1. Definitely quite a few flaws, and then some minor details here and there that they just completely forgot about, I guess. This season was kind of a mess. It was still really entertaining at times. I still really liked it. Since, just a few days later, I'm posting a review. I'm already done with Season 2. So clearly I liked it enough to finish it fast. But anyway, Billy Russo is back in like the first episode almost. I think maybe the second. Even though he got destroyed in the first season, in the final episode. Sure, they say it's a year later, but who cares? I think they focused way too much on Billy Russo, which ended up ruining the other villain, Pilgrim. I ended up not caring about him until there was 3 episodes left. I started to actually care about him, and he wasn't as bland. He actually had a bit of character on episode 11, and the season is 13 episodes. Don't get me wrong, I loved Billy from season 1. He's still really good in this season, but he's still not that great. Because now he's a bit of a different character because of the whole memory thing. So you don't really get the satisfaction of Punisher killing that terrible person because he doesn't even realize he's a terrible person. But sure, he kind of becomes more like the Billy Russo we know when he gets with the Banks robbing squad and whatever. And they kill a bunch of people. And he also kills some innocent girls just to get Frank to leave him alone, to make Frank think, hey, I'm just as bad as Billy, so he'll leave Billy alone. But they just have a new thing with him. Turk from season 1, he was like a very minor character. He just sold some guns. Punisher needed some guns. Well, he needs Turk again in this season, and he offers to pay him 25%. He does not, and Turk does not even question it. Because I don't understand why. And Pilgrim, like I already said, he was pretty bland until episode 11. Honestly, I was surprised when Frank fought Pilgrim after Pilgrim said, hey, they have my kids. This is why I'm doing it. Wouldn't you do the same if they had your kids, if you had the chance to save them? And then he still fought them. He decided to not fight him after he almost killed him. And he said, wait, don't kill my kids after you kill them. Promise me that. So he decides to just not kill him. The bounty thing, they kind of throw it in there to kind of liven up the plot, I guess, but it doesn't really do anything. There's like 6 guys that, like, hey, there's 6 of us, and one of you, what are you gonna do? And then he kills all of them, and then later, there's a cop that tries to kill him in the hospital, which is like a few episodes later. And that was it, even though it was a $5 million bounty. We don't really see anything besides those 2 scenes, which I thought was weird. And then they never really talk about the bounty again. I'm pretty sure it was Pilgrim who did the bounty and not the 2 little assholes that he kills later. Because they told him to go, open up some old ties and stuff. that ended up getting him in trouble with some old people, and he killed them, and that was that. But I think he was the one that set up the bounty. It was probably them, though. But I don't think the bounty is gonna disappear just because the people that, set up the bounty are dead. Sure, no one will pay. Well, anyway. There's also a few other things. I actually really liked when Demont and Madani get in a fight, and Madani throws her out the window, and it goes quiet, and the only thing you can hear is the tea kettle. I also liked the ending with Punisher killing some gangs. But in this season, still no Punisher logo. It's used to scare off Billy, and it's used at the very end of the season. That is it. I really wish we would have got to see it more, because there really wasn't a reason for him not to use it in this season. But he doesn't, besides 2 times. I just thought it was weird with the whole Punisher dating Beth thing going nowhere. It was pretty cool at first, and then she ended up going to the hospital. She got threatened by Pilgrim, and then that was that. That was the last we saw of her. She's mentioned maybe once after. And Frank never gets his ring back. Pilgrim has his ring. Oh, and speaking of the ring, that was like some dumb plot device in this series. In this season, anyway. In the first season, he just had it on his finger. And this season, he has it on a necklace, and he ends up losing it in a bar fight. And then, every now and then, Pilgrim will, hold it. But he never gets it back. Which I thought was weird. He never even mentions he loses it. Punisher himself, the guy that still cares a lot about his wife, and it's one of the main reasons he became Punisher was because of his wife and children's death. Yet not once does he say anything about how he lost his ring, his wedding ring, and he doesn't even get it back. Come on now. That's not believable at all. But yeah, that's about it, I think. There's some back and forth with Mahoney again. He kind of starts to see why Punisher isn't as bad of a person he thinks. But then he's back to thinking Punisher is a bad guy not too long after. So I guess that didn't really matter. Punisher killing Billy Russo was a pretty cool scene. Just quick. Soon as Billy tried to talk his way out, bam, bam. I liked it. Overall, it was a decent season, but nothing will beat season 1. Since, this is the second and final season since I got canceled. If it ever gets a season 3, I don't know, 10 years later, Young Justice got lucky enough for, then maybe it'll be better than season 2.